Hello, everybody from Vegas at Author Nation. So I just set up my phone, but I'm definitely starting to lose light. I don't know if you can see, probably not very well, but like I have a view of the Sphere here in Las Vegas, literally outside my room, which is really cool. It has been really hard to get a lot of footage or work on videos. So this is probably going to be a short update because I have a little event that I'm going to in just a few minutes, but I wanted to stop by and say hello, make sure we got a Rough Draft Diaries video up, and everybody can leave us a comment down below, let us know how your Rough Draft Diaries is going. So yesterday was vendor day, and that basically means a huge convention center kind of style room where there's just bunches of tables. I think there were like 50 vendors. So you have retailers like ACX, Amazon, Google Play. I don't think Apple was here this time. Kobo was also not here, but you kind of have a lot of vendors. You have BookFunnel, Draft to Digital, Publish Drive, Novelio, which is a new series Bible app. I'm going to be a beta tester. I'm so excited for this. This is Tara Halliday's project, and it looks like it's going to be brilliant, y'all. You know that I have been using a wiki for my series Bible for years, and seeing the prototype of this, I met her at InkersCon, and it just looks like it's going to be amazing. So I can't wait to share that with you guys. Vellum. So Vellum is software to format your books, right? And so I got to talk to Brad, who runs Vellum, and talk about some of the new features, talk about some of the features that have been around for a couple years that I didn't even know. And he had said he would be willing potentially to come on this YouTube channel and kind of show people how Vellum works. Vellum only works with a Mac. So if you don't have a Mac, another option is Atticus. I did not see Kindlepreneur here, but that doesn't mean they weren't here. But just about every industry that works with authors was here. So there were CPAs, there were a new metadata management company, the Series Bible company, formatters, distributors, third-party aggregators. There were even like MFA and creative writing universities. Like, it was just really cool. And you just walk around. They were there for 6 full hours. I'm sure they were all so exhausted. But it was really fun and good to connect with people. And it was really a good way to get the conference started because it wasn't a lot of pressure. It was just sort of show up, people as much as you can. And then if you need a break, you can go back to your room. So the first night that I got here, we went to see Chris Angel, and several of you were posting that you actually looked up Chris Angel's birthday to see what day it was, and it was December 19th, which is the day that we got married, me and George and I. So it's like George and me. I don't know, y'all. This is why I have editors. But yeah, that's actually the day we got married. So he was telling the truth that that was his birthday. So that is really fun and cool. And so we had a great time that day. Then yesterday, so the first night we went to, now I'm trying to think of the names. So it was Gordon Ramsay's burger joint, which was very good. And then yesterday for lunch, we went to Guy Fieri's Flavortown, and I got brisket nachos. And I did record a video of this because it came out in like a trash pail looking thing, and she like pulled it up and it just like all melted into this like amazing plate, and it was so delicious. But it was so big 3 people could have eaten it, which I feel like all the Vegas food here is like $40 for a plate, but 4 people could eat it. So anyway, that was really fun, and we had a lot of vendor time, a lot of chatting time. I mostly have spent a lot of time with my friends Steph Green and Ines Johnson, who's one of my like favorite people, and I got to see one of my other favorite people, Russell Nolte, if you are familiar with him, and Monica Leonel. They run Writer MBA, which is another great service for authors, and they do one of the favorite conferences that I'm going to next year in New Orleans, which is Future of Publishing, that I actually recorded vlog footage for back in February and still haven't edited. So that vlog is coming. And speaking of Future of Publishing, I spent a lot of time with Mallory Cooper. If you don't know her, she is a science fiction writer, and she also is a service provider for authors with her wife. They have a business called The Writing Wives, and I just adore Mallory. So I got to see her, and then I sat with her this morning in the presentation. So I'll share more about tomorrow, but I did do my first presentation today, and the room was packed, and it's just meant so much to me. So thank you for everybody who came to see me and took selfies and like hung out. It was just like, I feel like I get nervous when I come to conferences because I'm not always sure if I'm going to fit in, if I'm going to find my people, if I'm going to have a good time, if I'm going to say the right things, if I'm going to have like the experience that I really want. And then every time I leave feeling uplifted and excited and inspired. So why do I get nervous? I don't know. But so far, I think Author Nation is a very good conference already, and I have been definitely enjoying it. So highly recommended for the future. Guess where else we went? Dun, 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 dun. You probably saw it from the thumbnail. We went to the Hello Kitty Cafe. So Ines and I walked all the way down. So we're in the Horseshoe Hotel. So you have to get up on the Vegas Strip. And then we walked all the way down to New York, New York. And by the time I got home, I had 13,600 steps on my watch. We also stopped in Prada because I have, if you don't know this about me, I have a love of designer bags, but I don't actually ever purchase them. I have one Gucci bag that was my 40th birthday present from my husband, but I like Prada is kind of my dream bag. And so there's a kind of a limited edition Prada that's black patent leather. It's their double zip Galleria bag, and it's sold out pretty much everywhere. It has red interior to it. I love it. So I thought, well, I'm just going to pop into this Prada in Vegas and see if they have it. And y'all, there's only 6 left in the world, and they have it at this store. And the sales rep was so kind and nice, even though, like, small town Georgia girl, I don't always feel like I belong in a Prada store, which I know is silly because everybody that wants to go in there can go in there. But it just feels like, oh my gosh, this is out of my league. But he was so nice, and he let me hold the bag, and it was just so, it was so beautiful. And I am now dreaming about it, though I probably will not buy it because it's expensive. But it was beautiful to dream. So we stopped in Prada, we stopped in Louis Vuitton, we just kind of looked around. I've been really wanting to buy a Louis Vuitton Paul notebook. If you're not familiar with that, it's like it's not one of their agendas that has rings, but it's the Louis Vuitton notebook that has the red interior and then the monogram leather coated canvas or whatever. And then it has a lock on the front and it fits the B6 notebooks. They did not have it, which was for the best probably. So anyway, that's my designer bag story. George and I came to Vegas just before we started IVF treatments, which we actually didn't end up needing. That's a long story, but we were going to do IVF. We had been on a long fertility journey back in 2010, 2011, 2012. Well, 2010, 2011. And we were about to start IVF. And so we came to Vegas for like a 10-day, just like, let's take a break from fertility treatments and just have a good time. And I pressed publish on Shadow Demons, which was my 4th book. And then we got on a plane and came to Vegas. And by the time we were like partying and doing stuff and we got back to our hotel room, we woke up the next day. It was like 2 days post release. I had made like $11,000. And y'all, to tell you the impact that had in my life, because I literally was like sobbing on the floor of our hotel room at the Aria because I didn't know that kind of thing was possible for me. And it was just an incredible experience. And we were in Vegas, so like what better place to party, especially when you've been through some emotional stuff, and it just like felt like all this work that I've been doing was paying off. And so this was 2011. And so I was like, I'm going to go buy my first ever like designer bag. This is going to be a treat to myself. So I dragged George all through the crystal shops and we looked at every single designer bag store, and I finally decided on an Armani bag. And when I went to buy it, my credit card was declined. And I was like, no. And they were like, it was declined because of fraud protection, because I just usually didn't make, $1,000 purchases or whatever. And so I tried to call my bank, but then the Armani store was like, we can't, according to policy, run your card twice. So I didn't get the bag, and it was such a disappointment. And now I'm kind of like, maybe I deserve a Prada bag. But it's just, I know that's probably like not the most interesting conversation, but I did not buy a Prada bag, but someday. But what I did buy was some Hello Kitty merch. So we walked down to the Hello Kitty cafe and I got a few things. So I'll just do like a mini haul. So we got this cute little Hello Kitty cafe hat. I say we, but like it was me. It was all me. I also got, I'll share with you on like Instagram and stuff and when I do the vlog, but I also got like a matcha latte and a Hello Kitty donut. And then I got this for Evie. It's just like a little bag clip of Hello Kitty in a little dress. And I kept the bag that had the donut in it because then I don't have two bags. And then I also got, so this was a little paper bag. It was, I think, literally like a 30 or 40 minute walk from here to get down there and then 30 or 40 minutes back, but we had so much fun talking. So this is like a Hello Kitty black pin. So these are like enamel pins, which I love to put on my planner bags. Another thing that I got for Evie, this is so cute. It's like a 50th anniversary Hello Kitty squishy. I kind of want it myself. I wish I had gotten two. Maybe I go back. It's like maybe no Prada, but like maybe this makes me just as happy. I don't know. That was super cute. Then I got this 50th anniversary like phone charm. So it's like a little pearl phone like holder. I did get a t-shirt and it says Hello Kitty Cafe. It's just a black Las Vegas Hello Kitty Cafe shirt. So cute. And then I think that's everything. Yeah, that's all my little Hello Kitty Cafe haul. I had to hold myself back. There was so much cute stuff. I loved it. It was very fun and the food was super cute and good, but they were actually sold out of like all their cupcakes and stuff like that. So I think if you want the cupcakes, you probably have to go earlier in the day. It's loud here in Vegas, by the way. Okay, so I have another event that I have to run off to, but I did want to just check in with you guys, see how you're doing. Oh, and I wrote words last night. So Ines and I actually got back somewhat early, and I could have gone out with other friends, but at conferences like this, especially because it's 7 days, I know I had to pace myself and I knew I was speaking today. And originally I thought I had an hour to speak and I created all my slides based on an hour and then realized it was only 45 minutes. So I was like, oh my gosh, I need to change my slides. So I legit spent like 2 hours and something working on redoing my slides for today's presentation. And then I wrote for an hour and I got 1,110 words. So 1110 new words on my book. And that feels really good because I don't think I have ever that I can remember gone to a conference and actually written real words on my manuscript. And just having that long walk with Ines, who is like a plotting master. She has a degree in screenwriting and she's just incredible. So we were talking about enemies to lovers and how do I amplify this romance and how do I make this character better. And she had such good ideas and now I feel so excited for my story. And you know, one of the things that I love about conferences, so one of the downsides of conferences is you're going to get like a million ideas that you can't possibly implement all of them. But one of the things I love is the energy of being around other people that are finding success in so many different ways. And it just is inspiring. And I know I can't do it all, but it's perfect for this time of year because I know I'm about to sit down and start planning 2025 and it's really on my mind right now. Like, how do I make 2025 the best year ever? How do I start like following through on some of these dreams that I've had for a long time? How do I make sure that I can maintain my writing? What do I want to do with new courses and here on YouTube next year? So I've got like a lot of different facets and hopefully tonight I'm going to have a little bit of time to sit down in my room here and just start brainstorming and stuff like that. But I've had a chance so far to meet with Google Play, which was amazing conversation with the team at Google Play, and got a chance to meet with the team at ACX, which is Audible Creation Exchange, and I'm excited for getting my audiobooks. If you didn't know, I right now only have 3 audiobooks available that are from my Fairhope series, and I am now recording, well, I'm not recording it. Kylie Stewart is my narrator and she's been recording it. And she has the first 4 books of my Shadow Demon Saga recorded and the first book comes out on December 2nd. So making those connections and networking with the vendors is super important, and getting to meet with Amazon KDP and Draft to Digital, Book Funnel, just like having that FaceTime, it's priceless. I highly recommend it, that if you can get to a conference where, you know, make sure that it aligns with who you are and where you are in your career right now. Like if you don't have any books published, you're not probably going to have a lot to talk to BookFunnel about, right? You need some books to talk to them about it. But if you're still writing, finding a good craft conference that's based on your genre, or if you're really just getting started in self-publishing and you're looking to ramp up your sales, a conference like Author Nation would be so helpful, just to be in the room with people that are doing innovative and cool things. It's the conversations that happen on the sidelines that really mean so much. But anyway, I've been blabbing for 15 minutes. No intro, outro, no video. A little bit of rambling there about my Prada dreams. That will never come true. We'll see. Someday I'm going to walk into a Prada and I'm going to actually buy something. But for now, we're just window shopping and dreaming of the future. But it's always fun. And as someone who is high futuristic and always thinking about my vision, it's fun to just put myself in the room with something that I want and maybe is a little bit out of reach, because I can look at it and dream of the person that I'm becoming and all my dreams that have come true so far, and how I know it's only a matter of time before that next dream comes true. And if you can put yourself in the room, in the vicinity, in the vibe of the things that you want, and begin to really believe that it's possible for you, the sky's the limit. For you, for me, for all of us. So, all right, thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. Let me know how your rough draft challenge is going. So for me, I'm not even sure what that brings my total to, probably about half of where it should be at this point. So as soon as we get home from Vegas, I'm going to need to like double the word count to try to hit my 25K goal. But let me know how you're doing so far, and I'm cheering you on. All right, you guys, I will see you tomorrow to give you an update on how things went today. All right, all my love. Bye.